Well, good day, tubes. How's she hanging? Pretty good here, pretty good here. This thing is absolutely baffling me. Remember how the other day we had it running and it run a bit and then run out of fuel basically, right? It did it again. It weird. I don't know what it was. I haven't figured it out yet, but something is fishy with that carburetor. I think it's probably a float issue. It's not quite opening maybe, I don't know. It was fine. Why that's changed now, I don't know. Anyway, so it was cold and I fired it up. It's cold again now. I haven't fired it yet today, but when I did fire it up, oh man, many things were stupid. This stupid filter thing was dripping out. I'm like, what the heck? So I tightened it up and that seemed to solve that. It ran. I had it outside. I let it run for a while. I went and cut the grass. Came back, still running. Good. I get on it, put the clutch down, and it's like died. I'm like, what? It sat there for like 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, running fine. Something's fishy and I don't know what's going on yet. Something's come through somewhere and it's in that carburetor, or there's something maybe got in behind that needle and it's kind of blocking things off. I don't know, I haven't taken it off yet. But today anyways, I want to do a little compression test and see if there's any issues there. They should be around 120 PSI. Go away, mosquito. So I am going to pop off the coil wire, and down at the coil here, and I mean the only thing I can think of is I don't know, we'll have a look at the plugs when they come out too. I was going to bring up my little borescope cam and look down there, but I don't think I'm going to. I don't know if it would even really, yeah, it would fit I guess, but we'll see what this compression test tells us. This is a cold, I'm going to call it dry compression test here. I'm not going to put any oil in the cylinders. There's probably enough in them already anyways. So let's, if I can, get my left hand to work for me here. Now that's interesting. I just moved that thing and it's only being held on by one bolt. Could be a coil grounding issue. That's interesting. It's weird though how it ran, and then it seems to act up when I'm sitting on it. It's like there's a safety seat switch or something. Oh man, my left hand is just not wanting to work tonight. Yeah, it's like there's a safety switch in the seat, which there isn't, because I had that all off and I've redone the whole seat and painted it and everything. So I know that's not true. But it was acting really, really, really weird. I'm like, what is going on with this thing? So I don't know, I haven't figured it out yet, but hopefully it's something silly. Could be even a connection here, but I think it's more fuel related. But okay, so what we're gonna do is pull the first one out, and I brought tools. We'll pull that first one out and then leave the other ones in and do the compression test that way. Okay, let's see what's under. Wait a minute. Yeah, okay, wasn't on. I thought that's awful loose. Ugh. Now mind you, I haven't done any of the ignition stuff. I've just kind of set the gap on those points. I have a new cap, new everything. Oh, she's been running pretty black. Pretty dirty. Pretty dirty. Something is just, get on her, bud. It's just not happy, this thing. I don't know what it is. I looked at another carburetor. I know you're going to say, holy cow, don't waste your money on another one. This is actually from Steiner, and it's not the right TSX number as the one that's on this carb, and I measured the bolt eye to eye, or center to center of the bolts. Ooh, I'm gonna need some needle nose to get that back off, I bet. So yeah, I measured it from on the carburetor from the bolts from center to center, and it's not the same as what I've got. So I don't know what manifold's on this thing, but the Jubilee carb doesn't seem to fit, and this, I don't know. It's one of them things that's kind of starting to take me off a bit, and I'm losing my faith here. Okay, how am I going to set this up so we can see this? Well, I might not be able to, just the way she is there. I'm going to crank her here, and battery hooked up. I can reach the key. That one's good. Holy cow, that's way more than I thought it would be. I got stuff falling off of here. Hang on a sec here. So the first one's good. 150. That read, I don't know if you can see that or not, but that read 100 and, wow, that's actually really high. What is that reading? 160? Just over 160 psi. I think I'm going to take a picture of that while I'm here. I wondered if I had a blown valve or a blown head gasket or something. Okay, so that one turned out pretty good. One of these cylinders I know is not in good shape. Something is getting some blow by the rings. Come on, baby. Something's getting some blow by, and I don't know where, but this test might help us determine that. Okay, let's put this guy back on. Go to number 2, and I just done 1, 2, 3, 4. Even though the firing order is 1, 2, 4, 3. It's kind of weird. It's like backwards, sort of. To me, it seems backwards, anyways. And I don't know. Depending how this test comes out, maybe I should zoom you out. There we go. Sorry about that. Oh my goodness. Anyways, that plug, about the same dirtiness. Sorry for the zoom in there. The major zoom in. Okay. We're zeroed off there again. We'll crank her here again. Hopefully the battery lasts long enough here. That one's even higher. Holy crap. 150, 60, 70, 180. Whew. I want to send these pictures to my stepdad to see what he thinks. Now that's pretty good compression, I must say. Boy, I thought I was reading, they say 120. It's good, so I guess the valves are good there, those two anyways. I'm sure one of them is having problems. Well, I'm going to send those pictures to him after just to get his opinion. Because I do need to do the front main seal on this tractor. It is, I'll show you that after. And that's a pretty big disassembly. Pretty well have to take the whole front of the tractor, radiator off, drain the block out. Hopefully it comes out kind of as easy as I was planning it to. Whether it will, I don't know. But I'm surprised at that much compression. And that one's pretty dirty too. I guess I opened them things up quite a bit. That could be part of the reason why it's not running tremendously good. I think if I went over the ignition system as well. redid all those parts. And that would probably aid it too. But I think there's definitely something going on in the float on that. Oops, or in the float on that thing. So, all right, here we go, number 3. 150, 60, 70, 170. Holy cow, it can't be that good. She's definitely still compressing good anyways, maybe no problem there. Kind of don't know why it's getting me some blow-by though. That's a little concerning. That one's pretty sooted up too. I should put the new ones in, but I'll do it all together. I mean, it could be something, I don't know, I thought maybe the coil was overheating. It could be having problems. It definitely seems like it's something when it gets warm. Should probably do a warm compression test too. After it's ran and warm. See what the differences are there. I might fire it up here again and see how it runs tonight. I don't know. It's been a little bit mysterious as of late, but it's probably something to do with those points overheating. You never know. This one's got a little bit of oil on the threads, but the plug's pretty sootied up too. There's pretty good gap in them too. That won't be helping a whole lot. I know the other ones I've gapped them, so they'll be all ready to go. I mean, that could be an issue too. Probably if I went over, like I say, went over this ignition system. It would probably be good. Okay, let's see. One more. That's 150, 65. 165. Oh, beautiful. Pretty good hair movement there. I just kind of wonder if she's just starting to wear out. But we'll get her warmed up too, and then do a. Guess I need a plug. Do a warm compression test, maybe 2 after, and see if it changes it all after she's warmed up some. Okay, well. Alright, Mr. Plug. Let's just make sure these are all in. Coil's good, those are all on. Alright, well, I'll hook up this coil wire again and we'll fire it up. Okay, let's turn on the gas under here. The gas, we better do that. Not seem to be flowing good here tonight. It hasn't really been starting the greatest either, as well as they should. So something's going on. Okay, let's fire it up. Hopefully. Sat and ran there good for like 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes anyways. I mean, they only seemed to really do it when I was wanting to drive it, which is really weird. I don't understand that. That doesn't make sense to me, but seems all right. But you know, I'm kind of leery of driving it too far because it was just acting like a complete, you know what, the other night. I wasn't really too happy with that at all. So I got some temperature on her here now. It's gonna be pretty loud in here. I've got to let her go a little longer maybe. Got a little bit anyways. Starting to get warm there, so that's probably pretty good. Alright, that's going to be wicked hot now, and I probably should let that air out a little bit in here. Come on, air, blow it in there and blow that stinky stuff out. It's not smoky like it was though, which is interesting because I haven't changed anything. Maybe it just wanted its plugs pulled out and put back in, and I don't know. But anyways, we'll get set up here I guess again, and I'm going to get an extension I think for my socket. And we'll pull these plugs and do another test. So I was reading on one of the tests, you're actually supposed to pull a plug out, run it with the compression gauge going at about 1,000 RPM. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that or not, but that was one of the tests they're doing. I'm just going to pull them out like we did before and give her a run. Let's see, look at the blow-by coming out here. It must be out of the valves. We're going to, I think, have to pull that valve cover off and probably the head off. And maybe do a valve job to it or something. Oh man. Okay, I got the coil wire off. There's a lot of steamy stuff coming out of there, and I don't know if I like that too much. You can see it coming out of the... I'll zoom you up here for a sec. You see that? It's coming up out of the vent now right up here. It's like the oven's cooking something in there. I don't know if you can see that on the video or not. I don't know, probably can, but okay. So here we go, hot test now. See what we get here. Quite a bit less when it gets hot. Interesting. Okay, so there's 110-20, that's about where I wanted to see it anyways, 120. Okay. I guess they want the thing to be running faster, like this isn't turning out at 1,000 RPM, I guarantee you that, but I just don't really want to do the test that way. I don't think that's the right way to do it. So 120-ish there, hot. And that I'm alright with, but I think one of these has got to be down. Pretty dirty again. That little bit of running probably wouldn't clean that anyways, but it would be interesting to get into this, which means taking the fuel tank off again. I just love taking the fuel tank off. Okay, let's put you down here again. Take the fuel tank off to get in to get this valve cover off, get the head off, check all the tops of the pistons and stuff. Alright, here we go for this one. Come on, baby. Alright, so we're 110, 20, 30 on that one. Significantly lower, isn't it? So I find that interesting. But I guess everything's tighter when it's cold, right? That makes sense. Okay. Oh, guess we need that again. For this feller, so it must be something. Kind of thought I had a blown head gasket maybe or something to be acting weird like it was. Okay, here we go with this one. $120. That's about right. Pretty crazy losing like 30 pounds though with the heated engine, but things expand, I guess. I mean, it could be leaking out the head gasket, maybe. But if we tear that apart, we're definitely going to find something else down there. I'm going to have to order a gasket kit though, because I don't have one of them. Oh man, I need that again. Racing Central! Oh, boom! Awesome. I am one Saturday just going to put my camera out there and start recording and speed it up. This one is quite oily on the threads. I just wonder what's going on there. Could be, I don't know. See the top of the piston in there anyways. It looks pretty crubbed up. That's probably why our compression's so high. There's so much carbon in there. Carbonation. Carbonation. Okay, last test here. Let's fire it up, make sure she's bled off. Yeah, about 118-ish. So, I guess that's alright, but I blow by there coming out of that vent. I kind of think that maybe needing valve guides. That could be what the banging is, or the knocking I'm hearing too. They could be banging in the valve guides a bit, right? That's what I'm kind of maybe leaning towards, anyways. Well, that all seemed to be pretty good. Interesting. Okay, so I am not an engine expert. Compression is a very big important part of an engine running though, and that compression seemed good. 120 after being warmed up I think is really good. Now I haven't really seen, I'm not really watching, but I haven't really seen blue smoke coming out of the back, which would indicate oil getting by the rings. I'm just seeing it coming out of that vent. Seeing black smoke because something's going on. Anyways, black smoke out the tailpipe means too rich. By the looks of them plugs, too rich. I'm trying to brainstorm it here. Too rich. Oh, I love fuel injection. It's so much simpler. Plug and play and drive. Anyways, compression was, to me, cold seemed high. That could be because of all the carbon in there though. And of course the engine expands a little bit when it gets hot and you're going to lose a little bit of compression. There's probably some getting by the rings. I really think the tap-in though I'm keep hearing here is, it sounds like the top of the engine to me. It doesn't sound like a rod knocking. It sounds more like the top of the engine. That's why I kind of had all that apart and looked at it. But I think I got a valve guide problem. There's no real way to kind of find that out unless I had taken that thing right off, take the head right off and have a look. So I think that's what our next plan of action is going to be here, is to do that. Take the fuel tank off, take the valve cover off. I just got all nicely put on there. Might have to get I might have to order a gasket kit for it, for the head gasket. I'm gonna definitely need that when we put her back together. There's a really good test actually to test rings, and what we did on his Jubilee was we had all the pistons just down in the cylinders just like a little bit or somewhere a little further, and we sprayed some WD-40 in it, and if they leaked through real fast, you know, you pretty much got a problem with the rings. So two of his, I think it was the center two pistons leaked really fast, and the outside ones leaked. One didn't leak hardly at all, and the other one, oh, by overnight it leaked through. So his Jubilee had a lot of problems, but this one, I don't really think we got that issue. But to be good to get that head off, I think, and have a look inside there. So what I'll have to do is order a gasket kit again, I guess, for it, and hopefully the valve cover gasket's all right. We did glue that down too, though, with that black silicone, so it's probably going to get wrecked coming off. The valve guide. No, push rods, we might not need to get that cover off. That's this one over here. Oh man, getting old. That is this one over here. We might not have to get this cover back off again. That's just the push rods coming up. So that's hopefully gonna stay there. So I guess we gotta drain all the coolant out again. Oh yes, I wanted to show you. This is the other thing I'm going to have to do. I noticed way down in here, there's the front main seal is leaking really good. Look at all that fresh oil laying down there. That's probably not a good thing. So I got to do that, and that's taking this whole front thing off, and I have to support it from underneath. Take these huge mother bolts out of here, these ones here. Take this whole front thing off so I can get in there to get to that crankshaft assembly. Take the pulley off and take that cover off, I guess, in there, and hopefully there's just a seal in that little housing in there, that little shroud housing. So something's just not right with it. So anyways, I want to get this blow-by fixed because that's not a good thing. I can already feel it's like greasy there, oily and stuff. That's not a good thing, because it's just blowing right up underneath there. I can just feel it already. So, but boy, we got some more stuff to do on this, I guess. And this is a good time of year to do it because it's nice and warm out. But yeah, that got warm there, and it's nice and cooler there. Oh yeah, that's really warm, that one. Whew. Okay, so we showed some temp. Well, a little bit, not right up to the green yet, but I think if I hooked a plow on her and plowed for a couple of furrows, she'd probably, pardon me, go green pretty quick. So, big job here, big job. So it looks like the battery box is even screwed into the back of the head here. That's just lovely, lovely. Valve job, oh boy. What a mess. Gotta take this stupid tank off again. You probably don't have to, but it would make it a lot easier to get in there. You know what? It might be, no, I'm gonna have to take it right off again. Oh man, that is a nuisance. You have to get this line off of here, and there's not much swinging room in there, and once this thing's loose, it's all right, but oh boy. Anyways, fun. Lots of fun. But anyways, there we go. I guess that's all the damage we can do today, so. But the compression seems good, but I am getting some blow by. Look, you can see how greasy, dirty this top of this thing was already here. There's a lot of oil coming out of there, so it's definitely coming through. I think those guides, something's coming through anyways. It's losing a bit of, somehow losing a bit through those valve guides, so that might be a fun job trying to get those guides out too. I'm gonna have to get a special puller for that, I'm not too sure. Oh boy, anyways, I gotta get out of here before I start crying. Why do I keep buying tractors that cost me so much money? Oh well. Oh well, she's all good. We'll get her fixed up and hopefully plowing soon. I better get on that, getting that gasket kit for it though. Oh boy. Anyways, that's it for today. Thanks again for watching. I just want to do that compression test for a while, see where things were sitting, and that seems good. I just think I got a guide problem. I think that's the valve guide's going up through and it's kind of tapping, and it could be a little off center and then tapping on the seat weird. I don't know, I haven't been in there, so I don't know yet. And if it's not that, I don't know what else is tapping, because something is definitely tapping in there. It sounds to me like it's sort of more to the back of the engine, but we'll look at her and see. Anyways, we've got a video coming up soon of this little generator. This is the little generator that they bought for down at the building down there for, well, our water for our house comes from that building, right? So there's the well down there. So wintertime comes and we lose power. Well, we lose power down there and we have no water, and plus there's the water system in that building, and there's electric heat in there that this thing would run too. Keep the pipes from freezing, whatever, you know. So don't use it through the summer really at all, so we're going to do a summerization to it, we'll say. We'll get her going, running a bit, warm the oil up good, drain the oil, put new stuff in, and then drain the fuel system out. And get her kind of stored like that, so if I need it again, it's ready to go. It doesn't have old stinky gas in it. So anyways, that's coming up next little while. Thanks again for watching. We'll catch you all later, and you guys have a good day.